Okay, everyone, I like to get straight to the point, so I'm going to compare Citigroup to Amazon stock. A lot of you probably just said, "Who's Citigroup?" Well, Citigroup right here is an investment banking company similar to Goldman Sachs, and they've been in business since about 1812, I think it is, early 1800s. So they have been in business forever and survived all kinds of things that go on in the world. Amazon is, a few years old. Amazon's a great company. They're very glamorous. They've been in business for at least 15 to 20 years. So I wanted to look first at Amazon balance sheet. For those of you who don't understand, every company has stuff just like a person has stuff. So you have a car and a house and they're worth money, but you also have loans on both of them and you also have personal loans. So if you sell everything that you have completely until you end up in the streets with nothing, you've even done a yard sale, how much do you have? That's your liquidation value. Companies have the exact same thing, which they show you at the bottom of the balance sheet, which is public information on Yahoo Finance. So Amazon has accumulated about 24 billion. There's three extra zeros that are hidden in Yahoo Finance. So 24 billion. So if they've been in business for 24 years, that's 1 billion they've accumulated into a savings account, so to speak, every single year. 1 billion, 1 billion, 1 billion. So if another 24 years go by, they could have at least 50 or more because that's how quickly they're accumulating. Now you can see that it went from 8 in the last 4 years up to 24. So it's gone up pretty quick in the last few years. Obviously, they didn't make a billion in their first year, but this is how it's going. So it's incredibly fast growth, which is why they hit the news. Now you have a company like Citigroup, and let's click on their balance sheet. So Amazon has 24 billion. Let's see how much they have. Citigroup, go all the way to the bottom. Net tangible assets. Amazon net tangible assets 24 from 8 up to 24. Citigroup from 179. This is the exact same number. See 1, 2 commas, 1, 2 commas, 1, 2 commas. 24 compared to 179. They are about 7 times bigger. 179, that was 4 years ago, so it's gone down a little bit. 150, call it 150. That's so much bigger, it's unbelievable. 6 times 25 is 150, so at least 6 times the size with all of their money. So that's like them liquidating for $150 and you liquidating for $25. Forget about the billion, forget about all the commas. 150 compared to 25, that is a significant difference. They've been in business since 1812. They have accumulated so much money along the way, and specifically $151 billion. So, how much are they making every year to have accumulated so much money? 16, negative 8, 13, 16. I can tell you right now, I know this company. Right here, income tax expense. When Trump got elected into office, the money that companies made in other countries, they were allowed to, for a discount, bring that money back to the United States. So during this year, you can see 6, 7, 5, and then all of a sudden 29. Let's look at, this is the income statement straight from the top. All of these, pretty much the same. All of these, pretty much the same. You don't even have to understand what gross profit is and then what operating expenses are to notice that they are exactly the same for 4 years straight. And then there was this one, every number all the way down is exactly the same for the most part. And then you get to that 29 right here discrepancy because they brought so much money back and had a huge tax expense. So you can say what you want about that, but that is not accounted for here. This could have been maybe the same, maybe different, but it could have been about the same. 16 billion. They're making $16 billion, 15, call it 15 billion average. So right now they have 150 in their savings account. Think of it like your own yourself. You have money right now in your savings account, in your house, in your car, all of that. And then you also have income that you're making every year. And if you lower your expenses, you can keep adding to the pile, keep adding to your house, make a bigger car, bigger house, nicer house, and so on and so on. You keep building just like these companies have. And Amazon is growing fast, but they are not even close to as big as this company that you probably didn't even hear of until this video. So Amazon has 24 in their savings account, and they have 151. Now we can see that Citigroup is making 16 per year. Let's look at the income statement of Amazon to see how much they're making per year. Notice I haven't told you how much these companies are even worth yet on the stock exchange. 10, 3, 2, this is only 500 million. Only 500 million. You probably don't hear that very often. This is only 600 million, 2 billion, 3 billion, 10 billion. So again, this hits the news because it's going up so fast, so fast. And the faster it goes up for income, so it still hasn't reached. So they've only been in business for 24 years. These guys have been in business for almost 200 years. So of course, they've accumulated much more income over the years, but 16 compared to 10 right now, Amazon could go to 15 and then 20 and then 30, and they're probably projected to go straight to the moon, but you don't know that until it actually happens. And this history, or this current time right here, if you extrapolate 10 forward, you have, let's use a calculator just for a second. Let's say you take over right now from Jeff Bezos. You would be able to sell his stuff just like you can sell off all your house and sell everything. If you decided to sell Amazon, you would sell it for the 24, and you would have $24 billion in your pocket. If you continue for 5 years, you would make 10, possibly more, but let's not go crazy here. 5 years in a row, that's plus 50. You would end up with a total of 74. So in 5 years, let's assume you just bought everything of mine, just like Amazon, and then you got my income for 5 years. If you ended up with 74, what would you pay? Would you pay 100? Would you pay 150? You know how long it's going to take you to get to 150 if you pay 150 for this company? So let's see how much it actually costs to buy them. Summary. Right here, market cap, 900 billion. 900 is that number right here. You pay 900 today for their house and their stuff and their income and their website, which is altogether 24 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. Each year that goes by, you get 10 more. 10, 10, 5 years went by, you have 74. You paid 900, and now you have 74. I'm not sure how that makes sense. Even if you bought one share, the share is so glamorous and so stuck in the news as a headline, and everyone is talking about it because a lot of people bought it early and they still want you guys to buy it so that you will buy the last shares before it starts going down, and all the people on TV who continue to talk about it will start selling theirs because they bought it so low. Or until Amazon's income goes to 100, so then they'll be at 224 plus 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 100 equals 600. You still paid 900 for it, so you haven't gotten your money back yet. That is just a crazy, outstandingly high price. You heard the beginning of the video where I said Amazon is a great company and they're growing very fast and they're making a lot of money. Still, just because someone makes $50,000 a year and they're a robot and you can buy them and own that $50,000 a year doesn't mean you'll pay $1 million for it. That's what the scenario is here. You're paying $1 million to get something that makes $50,000, and it's, in my idea, right now at 1,800, not that good of an investment. So this one, you have 151 and you're making 16. So let's use that on the calculator before we know how much they're worth. We haven't looked at the summary of this one yet. We don't know what the market cap is. They have 151, but I'm going to say 150 for easier numbers. And we're making 15 every single year. So let's go 5 years again. Plus 15, plus 15, plus 15, plus 15, plus 15 equals 225 after 5 years. What would you pay for this company? You're going to take over as CEO. You're going to get every last dime of income from this company. And if you pay 200 for it, you're going to have 225 in 5 years, and you can sell it, and you will have $25 billion to put in your pocket, left over, done. That sounds like a great investment to me if it's worth 200 or less. Anything less than 200 is a great investment because you'll get your money back so fast. So let's see if they are worth less than 200 billion. Summary, 158. Wow, 158. They have 158. In 1 year, you'll get your money back. Look at this. If you had, let's call it $158 instead of 158 billion. Let's say you take $158 and you buy this entire company right here. And you go to, I'm just going to hit back twice because I think it's on their balance sheet. It is balance sheet. You go to the bottom, and right away you have 151. You paid 158, you got 151. And they make 15 per year. So you have 158 plus 15 in 1 year is 173. You would make all your money back in 1 year, and you can sell the assets and the liabilities and end up paying it off. So this is crazy to me. This company right now, you could, let's say you had $1 trillion, you could buy this company, Citigroup, for 158, or you could buy this company for 900 billion. 900 out of the 1,000, 900 billion out of the trillion that you have. You could basically use all of it to buy Amazon, and you would end up with 24. Or you could use, of the trillion, you could only use 158 to buy this company, and you could have 150 and make 15 every single year. Come on. It's a no-brainer. And Citigroup also offers a dividend, and Amazon does not, because Amazon wants to keep pooling their money and move forward, because they are. They're young and they're trying to grow. 3% dividend while you're holding something that you know you're just making tons of money on. This is a no-brainer to me. Citigroup all the way. Amazon's glamorous, and it's, you know, it's got a nice outer coating, but the inside is not so safe. It's very risky.